Hello everyone and welcome to our channel RoseandRagh English. I hope you all are keeping well. So guys, today is an amazing day. We've brought a beautiful episode for all of you. So we've come to this location where we've got an old airport, but that's not the highlight of the day. The highlight of the day here is that there is an exhibition that's ongoing. So we've got all the vehicles that were used during different World War times like World War One, World War Two, and different kind of vehicles, the structures that were used, for example, like ambulance vehicles or rescue vehicles or the police vehicles or even the fire engine vehicles, etc. So this vlog is going to be super fun for people interested in historical importance of different eras. At the same time, people who are really curious to know what kind of vehicles were used in different times of the world wars as well. So guys, stay tuned. This is going to be an amazing vlog and I hope you love this vlog as well. So this is the location, guys, that we've come to. So on this particular land, we've got different sections divided. So as I was saying earlier, you've got different types of rescue vehicles involved, authoritarian vehicles involved, and at the same time, vehicles that kind of protected people from disasters as well. So let's start this particular episode. So on your left side, you can see an old ambulance truck. And that was one of the trucks that was used during the World War times. And over here, you can look at a display of different kind of medals. And yes, guys, these are real medals which were kind of allocated to different ambulance workers and of course the medical professionals as well. And here you can see the kind of uniforms that were worn by all the officers as well. So you've got some of the names mentioned there as well. And as you know, obviously there's a driver, there's a nurse, there's a doctor, there are paramedics as well. And then you've got a spectrum of different items that were used during the World War times as well, like the gauze and the scissors and all the other kind of medical equipments as well within the first aid box and general kind of equipments as well. And then here you've got a collection of different antique vehicles and you can look at the names on it as well. And what I've also done is I've captured kind of the chart sheets that kind of tells you about the historical importance of this particular vehicle along with the time period it was used in. So in one of the vehicles you can see it was used during 1910 to 1945, etc. And during those times, during whatever kind of disaster struck, there were patients that were carried in these vehicles, or there were doctors and nurses that would travel in these vehicles, going and treating different patients for different kind of problems as well. And then you can also see people dressed in those particular costumes. You can see that lady who's just walked by, and that was like a professional wear for the nurses at that particular point of time as well. And it was such a beautiful experience to look at all these people walking around as well, because guys, it felt like we've sat down in a time machine and we've traveled several hundreds of years ago back in time, and just to see the kind of equipments that were used by real people to rescue people from different kind of calamities or different, the war victims, etc., whether they were civilians or soldiers as well. And lots of these amazing kind of experiences as well that we had in terms of just traveling back in time. That itself gave me a lot of goosebumps as well, and I'm sure you're feeling the same magic at the moment. And in this section, guys, this is about all the security vehicles, the authoritarian kind of vehicles that you've got. So you can see a spectrum of police cars around, all in different colors, different models. You can see like some of them look like old Jeeps. Some of them have that old ambassador car structure, and some of them have like this long Innova kind of structure. At the same time, you've got a lot of antique vehicles here as well. And then what I really love is the different kind of paint on it. So you can look how we've evolved through time as well. So it started off with the white police vehicle, then it had light blue colors and the blue sirens as well. And then it was total blue. And now, of course, you've got a combo of the yellow and blue structures in our current police vehicles as well. So that's displayed here. And then you can look at the old cars and the structures as well. And people were just allowed to kind of open the doors, just take a look inside, understand the engine structure, understand what kind of work was being done on those vehicles as well. And it was such a beautiful experience because firstly, like I said, it's like going back in time. But at the same time, it just pretty much helped you understand what kind of lifestyle people led at that point of time as well. And this particular ambulance structure that you can see is called Princess Elizabeth. So this is one of the royal family structures as well. And then you can look inside. You've got two different stretchers on either side, and this probably was used for transport of injured people like soldiers or civilians as well, taking them to different tents and then getting them treated, whether it's first aid treatment or whatever treatment was available for them as well. They would just carry them through in these vehicles, and you can see the title there. It's called Princess Elizabeth. And you can look at the honking kind of structures in there, along with the engine style as well. So pretty antique, pretty beautiful from a different period as well. And that's something that really caught our attention. And then guys, on this side, if you can see at the back side of that particular tent, you've got all these rescue vehicles in terms of the fire engine vehicles. So for disasters like fire accidents or different fire incidents, these were the different structures that were used. So if you look at it carefully, on some structures, they're like really huge. They're like a lorry. And then the other structures are pretty much like a big van. And then you've got the ladder structures in there with all the pipe structures and other things, all the amazing things that go in there, of course, to save people's lives. And then this was the highlight of the day, guys. This is one of the planes that was used several years ago, and it's on display here as well. And we were like really excited to look at it as well, because come on, the weather is perfect. Can you look at the color combinations, the beautiful greenery around, and at the same time the spectacularly looking aeroplane just right in front of your eyes. And as you can see, it's called the Avro RJX 100, and this is the entrance, guys. And we were really excited to go in as well. So as you can see, you've got a flight of stairs out there, and we were just waiting for this man to come down as well, because as you know, there were COVID restrictions ongoing as well. So we didn't want to kind of overcrowd the place. So we were of course sticking to the number that they were mentioning anyway. So this is the view when we climb in, and that's the entrance, guys, which looks so beautiful. And now you can look at this structure inside. So you've got it segregated in a way that they've balanced it to make it a museum, and at the same time they wanted to keep all the structures intact as well. So you can see the seating area, and at the same time you can see this front structure that's been changed as a museum as well. So it gives you a lot of information of all the flights that were used during this periodic era, and at the same time the importance of the architecture, the internal design, and you can look at all the windows and what kind of structure was used once upon a time. And the fact that they've preserved it so well is what kind of hits your heart straight away, because you feel like, wow, you're able to kind of go back into these times just as it is and relive those moments as well. And this is the cockpit, guys, of course, where the pilot and the co-pilot would take care of getting the main things done. And you can look at the engine structure as well, which obviously looks complex as always. But then you can look at the foot space and the different kind of structures. I know there have been a lot of transitions ongoing, but this is the basic structure that was used at that point of time. So guys, this is the view from inside. Do let me know what you're feeling at the moment, because when we went in there, I was feeling a lot of goosebumps. I was feeling really happy as well. So guys, we've come to the end of our vlog. Please do subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to like this video as well. Bye.